In this video, we are going to use Cora SEO software to maximize our effectiveness by focusing on factors with the best correlation strength. So I've already run the software for the search terms SEO Tips 2017, and I'm looking at the output file for that run. On the summary tab, I have the recommendations for content tuning. These are basically what you need to do to be optimally tuned for the search term based on the empirical measurements. But what we want to do is switch over to the overview tab. So on the overview tab, we have all of our factors that we measure, and then we have the measurements. So we have the measurements by page. So here the average result on page 1 has a measure of 52 for this factor. The average result on page 2 has a measurement of 17 for this factor. And then if we continue over, we have the actual measurements for each result and the top 100 results for each factor. We then use these measurements to calculate the correlations by page as well as the correlations overall. Now, the orange correlations are the most significant. They're statistically significant to 95% certainty. The blue ones were almost significant, and the white ones were not significant. But in general, if it's not orange, it wasn't significant. So really the only ones you care about, 99% of the time are going to be the orange ones. The rest probably should be ignored. So what we have is the factors listed by correlation strength. So we can see that for the search term, +1s was the strongest factor. Matches in the canonical URL correlated. That's a bit interesting. Social integration counts, the sentence count matters. The size of the website according to the Bing page count seemed to correlate. Matches in paragraph tags, matches in H1 tags, and so on. So we can see all of the things that appeared to matter, and we can see which ones appeared to matter the most. So we could take the ones, for example, that we could spend our time on, and we have a prioritized list of which ones to do first. So it's like, we could improve our +1s. Let's see what we need to do. So we go over here. The average value has average result on page 1 has 52 +1s. Let's go look at the individual results. So here we are. We're site number 7 here. This is us. You can look that up in the results. You can see number 7 is search engine land. So if we were search engine land, we could say, we already have 143 +1s, and number 1 on Google had 75. So while this might be a strong factor, we're already tuned for it. So let's find something that we might not be tuned for. Let's look at the number of matches in H1 tags. So number 1 had 4, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 3. So number 7 had 3, that's us, but number 1 had 4. So we're not optimally tuned for H1 tag matches. Let's look at headings overall. So that would be this one. So number of matches in H1 through H6 tags. We'll look at that. Number 1 has 15, but number 7 has 5. So we're not utilizing heading matches overall as effectively as our other competitors. So we can then, after finding the ones that we can influence, We have a way to prioritize which ones we should influence. We have a prioritized list of quantifiable work using Cora SEO. Thank you.